Hello guys, how are we doing today? Today is the day. Woohoo! Yeah! We are gonna craft ourselves a refined storage unit, which is a storage. As you can tell, it's kind of like applied energistics. If you're not used to that, well, this is like the same features, has the same features, and it also has some additional features that we are gonna learn together because I am new to this mod, as previously stated for the 100th time. I'm not know any. I did get like just a bunch of items that we are gonna need, and I did forget the most important item. Of course I did. Um, I just hope we have it. The one thing we're gonna need the most in the diamond chest is diamonds. I hope 15's enough, but then again we're gonna need a lot of items. So, all right. And I hope you can make sticky pistons with these kind of slime balls. But let's get right into it. Alright, controller. Um, so, like I was saying earlier, the grid power does not actually go off of refined storage. It's refined storage transfers any kind of power into RS, which is just one RF per RS. So, let's just make this, and then to make quartz enriched iron, just iron and nether quartz. So, take iron, nether quartz. I did go to make another run because then I was afraid we weren't gonna have enough. I was afraid we didn't have enough quartz. 40 for now. And then to make a machine frame, machine casing is just 8 in a circle. And then controller, diamond, 3 silicon, and the enriched quartz. So it's pretty straightforward right there. And then if you guys wonder how to remember, a good way to remember recipes when after you look, or if you just need to remember recipes, just always think about the amount of playtime other people have played. Like if you watch videos and they just know what they're doing, it's because they've been playing for a while now. Alright, so now we have to make a solder, which is just 6 quartz enriched, and then sticky pistons, so. Alright, it is getting nighttime. I don't know if I want to sleep or not. It's probably a good idea to sleep, but we don't really need to. And do I, well, slime. Alright, so if we make 2 pistons. Sorry guys, I just woke up, so I'm still out of it. 2 pistons, 2 slime ball. Uh oh. Oh, there we go. Whew. We don't have any regular slime, so that would have been a problem. Alright, so there's a solder. And I believe if we could just hook it up to regular power. Uh oh. Maybe not. That might be a problem. Like I said, I'm just kind of going with this mod right now, so I have no clue. But we are gonna have to grab another power source. I guess the best thing to do is just grab that capacitor. And then we'll come over here. Let's try this. Um, go like that. Cause that connects. Can we just connect these? Or does the solder even need power? It doesn't even look like it needs power. I thought it would just need it. Alright, what are we making now? We have to make a grid. And do a grid. Basic processor, which is just iron. Are we going? I don't know if it's just slow or. Ignoring redstone signal, so it should be running. Is there a certain power source that we need? Oh, duh. We have a controller now, so we could try that. And then put the solder in next to that. Oh, yep, there we go. So it does need power, but it has to be an RS, and only the controller can. So it uses 3 RS a tick, which is just 3 RF. So this should hold us, yeah. We're making way more than that. Alright, so to make a grid, construct a core, basic processor. So we need one of those, printed silicon, so silicon, and then redstone. I did make silicon at the beginning of the video because I didn't know how much quartz we were gonna use, but you have to smelt down 1 quartz to make 1 silicon, so I had to make a quartz run because we only had like 40. Alright, so now if we go like that and put that there, and then redstone, what that's gonna give us is a basic process. And then we apply glowstone to it, which I didn't grab, of course. I knew I was gonna be forgetting something. Forgot diamonds, forgot glowstone. There's probably gonna be like something really important that we're gonna forget, so we're gonna have to come back up here and grab it. Or just something while I'm up here, I might as well sleep. Because, I don't know if you guys noticed, I did clear out this hill a little bit and kind of patched it in. And I haven't showed you this part. I also made a little wheat farm down there. Haven't really done much with it. And then there's these worms I got when hoeing the land. They're kind of cool. What they do is just like a 3x3 and they keep it tilled and planted. I think they speed up the growth, but I don't have enough of them because I only got 3 of them. So I just kind of threw them down. Alright, so now if we take this basic processor and apply that, it's going to give us a construction core. So there's one of the items we need for a grid. We need 2 improved processors, so we need 2 gold. Go like that. Destruction cores is just another basic processor with nether quartz. Alright, so we'll do this. Do we need the silicon part? Yeah, we do. Alright, we got those. 2 of those. I should have probably made all these off video because this is going to be a long process since we don't have any speed. I believe there is speed upgrades. Yeah, right here. Speed upgrades. Well, we actually need that. We actually need the items that I'm making right now, so there's no point in doing that. Oh wait, those ones, and then 2 redstone. And that's gonna give us bam bam bam. While we're waiting, we probably could just make another one of these. And did it say we need a chest? No, just a casing. And then we need one more basic process. Alright, there's that one. Alright. See, it's pretty straightforward in a way. But it's just a lot of process. And if you guys have never experienced these mods, then yeah, it could be complicated. I mean, I'm just used to this because of plotted energistics, but it is a lot of work, helmet. But I've watched a video on this, Direwolf20 actually, and he explains it pretty well. If you guys want to see like a real tutorial, then I would go watch his videos because part 1 of his video explains like how this can be set up, what it does and stuff like that. But if you really want to get into it, there's actually a part 2 that explains it a lot more. We need another piece of nether cores. I believe this is all we need, and then we craft these together. Yep. And now we can actually make the grid. Go like that, that. I believe it's just enriched around. Yep. So there's a grid. So what this does is now we can add. Oh, how do I don't want it like that because that looks hideous. I don't know how to change it either. Alright, well, I'll mess around with that later, but we're actually going to take this grid and make it into a crafting grid, which is advanced processor, so we need another diamond, advanced processor, and then silicon. And I will show you what this one does. As you can tell, you probably know what it does, but and then We have enough wood to make one. Make a crafting table. Go like that. Put the printed there, there. And was that all we needed, right? Yep. And then we're gonna apply the grid, crafting table, and advanced processor. And what that will do is make us a crafting grid. And if you guys don't know what crafting is, you're about to. Because it's probably the most helpful thing in the game when using storage mods like this. Not this episode, but next episode I will get more in depth on how, like, maybe next episode, how I'll get more in depth on how this actually can be helpful in a lot of ways, and you guys are really gonna find it helpful if you have no clue how to use this mod. Alright, here we go. There's the crafting grid. I really don't like how it's that big, but now we have a grid, search bar. This is where you store your items and you can see what you have in it and stuff like that. It has a scroll bar so you can have like a lot of items, and then there's actual crafting tables. So it'll use the items in your inventory first. Like if you have 60 cobblestone and you make 3 furnaces, you can apply it around here. It's not gonna take the cobble out of here. It's gonna go right from here. And then if you don't have enough to make your last one, like let's say you want 8 cobblestone furnaces, it's gonna leave the last 4 pieces that you don't have in here, or it's gonna leave the last 4 pieces in here, this table right here, crafting table, and then take it out of the grid. So you won't have any cobblestone left, but you'll have 4 right here. So, and I'll show you that. All right, so now we need a disk drive. You can actually just make a 1K storage block if you don't have a lot of materials, like if you're still early game. But since we have a lot of materials, enough materials, let's say, we're gonna make a disk drive with a pattern, or a storage drive, storage disk, let's say. Alright, so where's the disk drive? Right there. So we just need a machine case and a chest, and another advanced, so another diamond. And I want to just grab some wood. Oh, that was a fail. Alright, so put the diamond in there, and then another silicon in there, and then make a advanced processor. Alright. And I also want to show you guys, if you click on the controller, it shows you how much, if you hover over, it shows you how much RS each one is using. So that's using 7 RS total, which isn't a lot right now, but if you have like we're actually running out of power now because it ran out, like our generator. Where is the power? Is there still power in the lines? That's probably what I'm thinking, because this isn't going down at all. But if you have like a bunch of machines, autocraft and stuff like that going at once, they're gonna use a lot of power. But once you're making power, it's not a big deal. But you can also just shut everything off, only work with a redstone signal. So a lot of people, what they like to do is put a pressure plate right here. That wouldn't work. Only work with redstone signal. So if they're like, you can have a pressure plate right here and then put redstone under it and then a bunch of pressure plates. So it only, like, if you're in this area, it'll work. You can also use the sensor, I believe there is. And then what you want to do is run up. Once you get here, you can actually use it because it turns on when you apply redstone. But we don't need that because I'm not worried about power right now. Alright, back to work. Alright, so what we need to do, make another enriched thing. And a machine case. Make a chest. And then what was supposed to go on the top? Oh, advanced processor. We never made it. Do. Sorry, I'm getting carried away. Alright. And we just wait for this. There is speed upgrades though, so yeah, those would be helpful for later on processes when we're auto crafting, doing stuff like that. Alright, so, just explaining now, there's a 64K storage. It's a long process, so you probably don't want to do that without auto crafting. But let's just get this done first. Yeah, auto crafting is probably like the hardest thing. I mean, it's the easiest thing to do if you have all the materials and stuff like that, because You don't have to worry about doing the crafting. It'll just do it for you, and those speed upgrades are gonna make it a lot faster. Alright, this is gonna make it a disk drive, and then once we have a disk drive, we'll just do a 1K storage drive for this video because we are running a little late. Alright, if you don't want everything, like if I don't obviously don't want this disk drive right behind this chest. There actually is cables, and I will make some of those real quick, but we are gonna need more enriched iron. And we are running low on iron, so I am gonna go mining again after this video. Alright, so if you go I believe it was, right? Yeah. And then redstone. And then if we take some glass, that makes us 12, wow. Alright, so you can actually transfer these cables. It transfers powers, items, stuff like that. So if you want your disk drive back here, it's still gonna connect to your grid. Because it transfers the power and the items. So this is the disk drive. I'll have to, if you guys want, I can explain these features later on. But there is some nice things that applied energistics didn't have. And then priority, obviously. The higher priority, this is where it's gonna go. Alright, so it's 0 to 0. And then if we make a 1K, so which takes this, which is 4 silicon, 3 glass, redstone iron. We should have that all in our inventory. I believe I just put those backwards. Actually, sorry. I can't even remember. 3 glass. Wow. I can't believe I just did that. And then these are backwards. What? Oh, it has to be quite clear glass. So take that. We can get rid of the axe now. I was just getting wood for the purpose of the video. Okay, we didn't need it anyway. So if we take glass and go like quite clear glass. Yes, you can chisel it. I know it's cheating, but I obvious. Does it have to be colored glass? Oh, I'm using an iron ingot. It has to be enriched. That's what I was doing wrong. Alright, so there's a 1K storage part. And then redstone glass. Now it has to be normal glass, so I have to change it back. And then was it enriched? Yeah. I think everything uses enriched. Can we just use quite clear? No. Sorry, I'm just misclicking everywhere right now. Alright. Dun 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 dun. Oh my goodness, I am all over the place. I'm sorry. No. What am I doing? Stop, stop. Do. And then 2 glass. There we go. That makes a 1K storage drive. So now we have this up and running. So it can hold 1,000 items. And applied energistics, so it only held 63 item types, but still there's different storage of that item. But this can hold 1,000 of anything. So you can have 1,000 coal, 1,000 iron, 1,400. It can have 400 dirt, 600 cobble. Let's say it can hold that many things. So if we come over here, I really don't like this grid being that big. I don't know how to slim it down. I will figure that out and then change it because that is really big and obnoxious. And see, we're only using 8 RF a tick. That's not bad. Alright, so if we just put all these parts in here, now we can just easily grab what we need and then solder it. There's also a way to auto input into the soldering, but I'll explain that in a later video. So it used 358. There's 358 items in here, and that's how much it used for disk. So you can have up to 8,000 1K. If you have all 1Ks, 8,000 items in this disk drive. You can make multiple disk drives too. And the good thing about these, you can also change it to fluids. You can put fluid drives in here, and then it'll have. What you need is a fluid grid. What a fluid grid does, it'll show you the different fluids, and then buckets go in here, and then fluids go into fluid grid, so you'll see that. And then if you have different kind of fluids, you'll actually see like the fluid, like water, let's say. It'll be this fluid right here. It won't be like a bucket, But if you want to take that fluid out, it'll search the nearest inventory for a bucket, take the fluid out, and then give it to you, which is pretty neat. Alright, well, there we go. We got refined storage up, finally. This is going to be so much easier. And I will show you guys in the next video what I have done, because there also is a, if we go to back to refined storage, and let me find it for you. It is called an external storage. What it does, it'll import and export from a chest, let's say. I'm going to use it for the storage drawers in there, but if you put it on the chest, you'll see all the items in the chest. Like that's where you store the items, but you'll see the items in the grid. So if I take it out of here, it's gonna take it out of the chest. If I put it in the grid, it'll put it back into the chest. So if you use a drawer controller from those drawers, it'll take all those drawers and see where the nearest, or like, it'll keep that inventory from those drawers. So you won't have to put all the cobblestone onto these discs and stuff like that. But I will explain that in the next video. But yeah, finally got refined storage. Woohoo! It's been really stressful going through those chests, digging through there. I'm gonna move everything in here, and then I will show you guys in the next video what I have done. Yeah, that's basically it. So thanks for watching, and if you guys have any questions, make sure to comment or message me below. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a good one.